Good day, class. Today we are in chapter 2, courage. Last week we started to build the foundation for leadership, and the foundation we started to build on was confidence. However, if confidence is our foundation, then the first step into bold, active leadership is courage. And you know, it's amazing. We live in a politically correct world. We live in a world where people right now are, and that includes students, are afraid to be courageous, to be bold, in fact, a lot of people, I don't even think they know what the true meaning of courage is. So I'm asking you, what does courage mean to you? Is it inside of you to be bold, to stand up and maybe take a stand on things that maybe your fellow students don't like? Do you have the courage to talk about your faith, to share your faith with others? Do you have confidence to even talk about politics? And you know something? We should all be talking about our faith and about politics. Those two things really determines almost everything that goes on in our life. Do you have the confidence to tell a friend of yours and the courage to tell a friend of yours what they should hear and not always try to tell them what they want to hear? Well, you know, as we've mentioned before, every chapter in the book begins with one of God's truths that is shared with us, usually through his disciples. And today, the truth that I want to share with you can be found in Joshua 1:9. Now, Joshua was Moses' assistant, and you'll read more about Joshua in this chapter and how he had to have the courage to take over for Moses and to lead the Israelites into the promised land. But here's what he said: "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous." And this is what actually God is saying to Joshua, who is delivering it to us. So let me start again. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. Okay? Be strong and be courageous. Be strong and be courageous. Those are themes that you'll see throughout the Bible as well, many, many times. You know, when I was growing up, and some of the different stories that I share with you obviously relate to things that happened in my life. And when I was growing up, I had the opportunity to witness some incredibly courageous people. People who really wanted to make a difference, people who cared about everyone. It wasn't about your race, it wasn't about your religion, it wasn't about how much money you had. There were 3 people, and I mentioned probably 4 or 5, but there were 3 I just want to mention to you right now and sort of like just put them together. Abraham Lincoln, 16th President of the United States. John F. Kennedy, President Kennedy. In fact, 4 I'm going to give you. 3rd, his brother Robert, the Attorney General, and Martin Luther King Jr. Those men, they were bold, they were courageous, they stood up for what was right. They didn't go with the politically correct attitude at that time. They also knew, just like Jesus Christ, that they would have to pay a price. They knew that one day it was very likely that they were going to give up their life fighting for the cause that they believed in. It's incredible. And I saw, I wasn't around for Abe Lincoln, but I saw the Kennedys assassinated. I saw Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated. All those things happened during my lifetime. And then when I finally was taught, the truth about God the Father and God the Son, and how the Son came to pay for our sins, how he basically gave up his life for us, how he knew all along that one day he would have to pay the ultimate price. And he did. Bold and courageous. I don't think there's any better example than that. Now, once again, what are the 7 keys to courage? Number 1, get your marching orders. Listen for the leader's instructions. That could be mom, that could be dad, that could be your professor, but most of all, it's God. Listen for the leader's instructions. And how does this happen? It happens through prayer. It happens through reading. It happens through trying to really learn as much as you can. 2, define the mission. Make a plan. Write it down. As my mother-in-law would say, put it in black and white. Maybe post it on the refrigerator so you don't forget it. Number 3, stay the course. Stick to your plan. Don't waver when things get tough. Stay with it. 4, stand firm. Sometimes God's plan might not feel right or look right, but he knows. Stick with it. Press through your fear and your doubts. Fear and doubt, the devil, those are his 2 biggest weapons to have you fearful and doubtful. 5, be prepared for adversity. Mother-in-law, one of her other favorite sayings was, if there's a rock in the road, don't let it be a stumbling block. Let it be a stepping stone. So be prepared for adversity. It's going to come. And when it comes, get back up quicker than you fell down. 6, adjust and adapt. When I met with a general once in Kuwait, he said, we try to teach our men how to adjust, how to adapt, and how to overcome. So I want to say adjust and adapt and ultimately overcome whatever mistakes you might make. And don't be afraid to say, my bad, I made a mistake. 7, the last key is rally the troops. When you're the leader, you got a team. They're looking for direction, especially when things aren't going well. So you must be an encourager, okay? And try to be as constructive as you can. I wasn't always as constructive as I should have been as a coach, but try to be as constructive as you can. And 1 Thessalonians 5:11 says, therefore, encourage one another and build each other up, just as in fact you are doing. So let me close this lesson with a prayer. And that prayer is, Lord, give me the strength. Allow me to be strong, bold, and courageous. Continue to foster the confidence within me that will allow me to follow your lead. Stay the course and stand firm in what you have called me to do. I want to be a fearless leader for your glory. Hey, we've all got it in us. We can all be bold. We can all be courageous. We can all be strong. It's not easy, but we can do it. So do it.